Welcome to the channel, everybody. OG here, and welcome to my Discord. This is where a new era of football gaming will start and has already started, to be honest with you. So if you're not on my Discord, if you're not part of this channel, first like and subscribe, then go to the bio, click on the Discord link, and join the fastest growing football gaming channel in the world. Now, the reason why I'm making this video today is because one of the things we are changing the game on, and when I say game, I really mean games, because we are talking about both UFL and eFootball, because both of which lack in the area of matchmaking. So, as you see here, you can read through all of the channels. For those of you who aren't familiar with how this Discord works, we have been talking largely in eFootball General and UFL General, and then there's even EAFC General. That is where you can just discuss anything gaming, right? You could throw anything you want out there in each game's particular channel. Obviously, if you're talking eFootball, you would go to eFootball General. If you're talking FC, you would go to FC General. UFL, you go to UFL General. But then, within that, we have real football talk. And the main thing this video is about today, we have tournaments and we have leagues. Now, for both these tournaments and leagues, where you can get all of the outcomes, the champions of cups, the league leaderboards and stuff like that as we proceed, because we are just getting started with this. We have one cup finished, and that is in eFootball. We are about to have our second one today. UFL, we have to regenerate interest, as unfortunately the game has gone in a bad direction, but that doesn't mean if you if you enjoy UFL that you can't come here and get the ball rolling. All you need is participants, and I'll show you how easy it is to create your own world where matchmaking is more fair, where you can actually play real footballers and not rats, and where, as we grow, there will be rewards for tournament wins, for league wins, and that's where we want to go with this, right? These games don't want to add fair matchmaking. They don't want to add more depth. We will do it ourselves. We have a ton of great people in this community, a ton of people that will help you in areas where you want to improve, a ton of instant feedback that you can get for different questions you have. And then now we also have the ability to play real football games where you don't have to worry about the nonsense in UFL where players are going to use glitches to win, where you don't have to worry about the nonsense in eFootball constantly playing smart assist and spammers of crosses or through ball spammers, because none of that is allowed. If players do any of those things, you simply take the screenshot of the match, send it out, and that player will not only forfeit the match, but they will be kicked from the leagues and tournaments. It's pretty simple. You play football, and that's what it's about here. No exploits, no cheats. If you wonder like what's not allowed, just ask yourself, is this football or is this a shortcut that makes up for not having skill and allows me to win? It's really that simple. Smart assist is a shortcut in eFootball that lets the AI make decisions for you. Spamming crosses is a shortcut that tries to let you not create your own goal scoring opportunities by putting three wingers out, a big guy in the middle, and heading the ball in or whatnot. In UFL, trying for the lob through ball that freezes the defense up is a shortcut because you don't know how to beat the opponent's defense. Going for the same 40-yard curling shot every single time is a shortcut because you don't know how to break down the opponent's defense. Passing the ball around the backfield after you score one goal is a shortcut for not being able to defend a lead. None of that stuff is playing the actual game. So if you have any questions about this, then this probably isn't the right place for you, because those who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. There is no real question. So that's what this channel is about. You simply go in, you play the games, your score gets recorded, and you actually have a rank. So you can see the players you're playing in the future. We can use it for future placement in leagues and cups, and I'm about to show you how to set it up. You see here I'm highlighted on OGFC eFootball matchmaking, right? There's also UFL matchmaking that I just clicked on. And you have the example commands right when you go into the matchmaking, right? The results will be put in tournaments. You see UFL tournaments, UFL leagues, You see here eFootball leagues, eFootball tournaments, right? You see there's already talk going on because we have a tournament today. We already have one champion. Congrats to Skinny. He was the 1K Cup champion. Today, the No Account Cup in honor of the Ratty FC player that got my pay-to-win account banned. But as you know, we have the second account, the RTG account, rolling, and it's been a blessing in disguise. So in honor of that, we have the No Account Cup today. This will give the winner an automatic spot in the Champions Cup happening later on. That will be a cash prize for the winner. Also, second place gets to join Boomfa, right, the previous second place finisher, in the Champions Cup playoff. The winner of that will get a spot in the Champions Cup. One spot's being held for the winner of that. So, how do you get your games recorded, both in the tournaments or if you just come into the server and play in general? You have your games recorded. If not, if you don't want it recorded, you can declare friendly, and that will be off the books, so to speak. But if you don't declare friendly, the game will count as an official ELO game. The winner goes up in rank, the lower goes down. The loser, goes down in rank. So you simply go here, and I'm going to go to eFootball matchmaking because there's an example in here already. There's a leaderboard. You can literally read through and see the different challenges. So if you want to challenge someone in particular, you do the /challenge someone. Then that challenge will go to the person. They accept or decline, but let's assume they accept. You play the game. Then you see it down at the bottom. You put dash, whatever that is, /I1, your score, and their score. Now there is a prompt that it doesn't tell you on here which says how many rounds or rounds played. For each game, it's simply one round, right? We enter each game separately, so that's important to note. When you put in the /I1 before your score and their score in the those two brackets, you literally put one round, right? Because we do each game separately, so each round will always say one. Then your score. So if I got 2, my opponent got 0, I won 2-0. I simply put those brackets 2, then those brackets 0, and that's it. You click enter, boom, it keeps track of your score. It's that simple. Then the loser simply acknowledges the game and accepts or denies. And of course, if the game was finished or if you went into a game and had to leave or whatever, it's just like playing in eFootball or FC in that regard. If you have to leave a game for whatever reason, the player who left takes the automatic loss. It's as simple as that. It's not FC where, if it was a tie, then the game doesn't count. Now, if there's some unforeseen circumstance, like it's too laggy or this or that, and both players agree, then of course the game will be aborted and won't count. But other than that, the score is final at the end of the game. And of course, if a player leaves for any reason, they get the loss. No different in that case than playing the real football games. Now, I have to clarify this because we already had one cheater that tried to bend the rules and he was kicked. So that's the next thing I want to talk about. But first I want to go into this next thing. You can also put in /challenge anyone, and that will put out an open challenge. Everyone will be able to see it. Somebody will be able to hit accept and you will get a game that way. So that's essentially like going in and looking for a game. You put the challenge out, people will get dinged to have notifications on. Oh, nice. Someone wants to play. Boom, accept. I was looking to play too. You hit accept. Bam, you're in a match, right? Then at the end of the match, you put your scores. Now, you can play as many games with that player as you want to. You just have to record the score after each and every game. Do not forget, because that will all be recorded. You will have a record of all of your matches and a ranking within OGFCL, which is OGFC League. That's what this all is titled under, right? It's as simple as that. So as you build up games, you'll be able to see the ELO you have, the ELO your opponent has, right? Will be able to do better matchmaking. You'll be able to have better matchmaking. And again, you'll know that you're playing a player that is not going to cheat, because we will filter out the cheaters as we go, something that either UFL or eFootball does. So the last thing I'll say is this. Obviously, these are gentleman rules in a way. there's going to be players that can come in and try to sabotage this, and that will. We already had one. But we simply kicked them because we don't want those type of people in this realm, in this community. That's the whole reason we created it, to get rid of that nonsense, to get better matchmaking, to get better experiences within these games. So any player that tries to bend the rules, tries to, get around a loss, maybe they're mad because they lost. We had a player the player that got kicked tried to say a game shouldn't count because the goal was BS or the win was BS from the other player. So he wanted to literally come in here and pick and choose the games that counted. It was insanity. So players who do anything like that, of course we will kick, because it is up to you to simply play the game and report the score. No matter how mad you are at the wins or losses, we obviously can't affect all the silliness within the game, right? We can ban the glitches, the nonsense, and if players use that, you capture it on screen, you send it. Of course, not only will that game be aborted, but that player will be either kicked or warned and then kicked. It just won't be tolerated. But again, there can't be some silly goal that you don't like, but that's in the game, and you decide, nope, I don't want that game to count, right? It feels like I shouldn't even have to say that, but this is largely going to be gentleman rules in the sense that you play the game, you report the score, right? Other than that, everything else will work out itself. That's what this bot in my Discord does. This is something you won't see anywhere else. And we are at the beginning stages. There's so many things that you can do within this bot that will be added as we go. But for now, all you need to know is to follow these commands. When it asks you for how many rounds, you do one, because you are recording one game at a time. And then you enter your score in the same way it says here, right? So I'm calling them slashes. I believe that's what it is, a /. I don't know computers at all. That's where these bots are amazing, right? But I do know enough to put a / and then put the greater than less than brackets with a number in the middle to record the score. And as more commands become utilized, I will let you know about these commands. All you have to do though, subscribe, join the Discord, and you are now part of a movement for better football games. So if you have any questions, you can leave them under the comments here. More importantly, or even better spot for more instant and more widespread responding, go into the Discord, right? If it's an eFootball question, UFL, you put it in the general discussion and you will have an answer from myself or from any one of the amazing community members that are part of this thing. So I just wanted to put this out there, let you know that the challenges are this simple. The one thing is just rounds 1. Make sure you put that because that command isn't on here. I wish it was. I wish I could add it. So if you play, you see here, Kid from DA's OGFC leaderboard challenge was accepted by Kioma the rapper. With that being said, I'm extremely excited for the future of this channel, for the future of OGFC League. Again, there's a tournament at 12 Central. Come onto Discord and you will be able to see the games live, talk to all the community members, talk to me. I will be live commentating in the lobby with everybody else, so you can throw in your 2 cents as well. And just to end this on a summary of the Discord, if you want to just talk football talk for eFootball, you go to eFootball General. For UFL, you go to UFL General. For EAFC, you go to EAFC General. It's as simple as that. Then, if you want to look at past results for tournaments or leagues, you would go into the game you're talking about. For instance, I'll look up eFootball in either tournaments or leagues. You go to eFootball tournaments, boom. Then if you want to put out a matchmaking challenge for someone in particular or for anybody, you would go to the game you're playing. In this case, look, eFootball, matchmaking, click in, boom. You have it there. Simple as that. Once you go in, you follow these prompts. It's at the very top. You can follow these prompts. You get your game played. You put your score in, and as you build up games, you also build up an ELO, and you can keep track of your history as well within the OGFC realm of tournaments and leagues. All games are recorded because all games count and will help determine where you stand in the rankings. So, with that being said, I look forward to talking with you, to having you part of this journey. As always, keep grinding, keep having fun, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.